Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are not a subscriber, thanks for watching, and I do invite you to subscribe and share the video. Today I'm trying my hand at a simple house dress. Here I have cut two pieces. The length is 33 inches. This will be the bottom. The width of the fabric is 56 inches, so I just divided that in two to get both pieces. Here I have also two pieces, 18 inches by 11 inches. This will make the top of the dress. Two pieces, 9 1/4 by 8 1/4 for pockets, and here I have 4 strips, 1 1/4 each. These are for piping the neck and the sleeve, for the opening for the sleeve. I am going to fold in half the two pieces measuring 11 inches. I already just curved the bottom, as you can see here. I cut away just a little piece to make that bottom. Now I'm working with a 14.5 inch shoulder, so I measure 7 1/4 from the center, and I go down about 8 inches, and I'm simply going to make a curve there for the armhole. Alright, then for the neckline, I'm going to measure across 4 1/4 inches, and also I'm measuring down 3 3/4 inches, and I'm simply going to draw a curve there. Then I am going to cut that out and let you see. I also just draw a line slant for the shoulder, and I am going to cut this as well. When opened, it now looks like this. So this is the neckline, this is the armhole. I am going to now stitch the section for the bottom, and I am going to put in gathers at the top. Alright, both pieces have been stitched. I hope you can see the two lines there of stitching. Now I'm going to take the two top threads and I'm going to pull this gently, pushing the gathers down as I go along. Also at the end I have used a common pin and wrapped the thread around it so that it will not unravel as I go along. You can also see my video on how to do gathers, so I'm going to continue pulling this, and because it's stitched twice, then I can get it together evenly. I used a loose stitch, so like 5 on the machine, and that allows me to pull the thread evenly and quickly. Alright, here you can see both pieces have now been gathered. Now I'm going to turn my attention to the piece at the top. I have cut away an extra 1/2 inch, not from the shoulder but just across the front there, to ensure that the front is a little bit deeper than the back, so you can know the front as opposed to the back. Now I've put in a little 1/2 inch line there, so I'm going to stitch the shoulder and then I am going to put the bottom, align it with this. I'll show you that too. Alright, so I have pinned this together, and I'm just going to stitch these two to hold them in place. Alright, so I have stitched both sides, and I have now used a little zigzag stitch to neaten the end. Also, I should tell you, I stitched from this side so that I could maintain the curve as I stitched. I now turn my attention to the piping, and I am folding about a 1/4 inch in on both sides. Then I'm going to fold this in half, and I am going to start with the neck. So I am starting at one shoulder. I just put this in place, and I am going to pin this right now. Alright, so both sides will be showing the same thing, and I'm just going to continue this until I've covered the entire neckline. With my hand, I can feel that both places are even as I put them on, and I'm going to pin and base this in place, then show you. There, the neck is basted, but before I stitch that in place, I am going to turn my attention to the armhole. Now I went and pared this out a little bit longer because it's a house dress, so you don't want it to be too close. So I pared this out a little more, and I'm going to pipe it as well. So similarly to what I did with the neck, I have folded over the two edges like a 1/4 inch, and then I am going to fold that over with the armhole in the middle. Then I am going to do that to both sides. I am going to pin and baste that in place, going all the way around. Alright, here it is. Both arms have been basted, so I am going to go ahead now and stitch all 3 sections. Alright, so armholes have been piped and stitched, basting thread removed, neckline as well. So I'm now going to turn my attention to the pockets. Now from the arm, bottom of the arm, I'm going to measure 9 inches. Okay, 9 inches, and I'm just going to mark that, and I'm going to do that on both sides. And that is where I am going to put the pockets. Now I already, on this side that measures 9 1/4, I neatened the bottom, then I stitched down 1 1/4 inch, and I folded under the sides and the bottom to the required size, sorry. And now what I am going to do is attach this, so on the right side. Alright, so the pockets are pinned in place, right side up, on the right side of the fabric. Now what I'm going to do is to stitch along the two sides that have been pinned, and then when I turn over, this side will be joined. So from the other side as well, I align the side of the pocket with the side of the dress. So I'm going to stitch down the two sides that are in the middle and the bottom. All right, here the two sides of the pocket have been stitched down. The opening is left. All right, so the hand can go in. I am now pinning the sides together, and as I pin these together, when I'm done, I'm going to stitch that in place and then use a zigzag stitch to neaten along the edge. All right, there you have it, side stitched and neatened. Now I am just going to double turn the hem and stitch about a ½ inch. This should take me to the end, and then I'll show you what the finished thing looks like. All right guys, here you have it. Yes, all done, nice and comfy, just for home.